And now, ladies and gentlemen, the Webby-nominated podcast featuring Choey and Jandler.
Powered by Riverside FM.
Me. The sassy shepherd struggles with syphilis. The sassy shepherd struggles with syphilis. Syphilis. Ma. I would like an Arnold Palmer at the omelet parlor.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, teachers of all ages, welcome to the Fun Time Super Terrific Happy Hour. Welcome, Jandler.
Welcome, Choey, and welcome again to G.
Thank you for having me, gentlemen.
G, I'm spitballing here, but I swear I think you've guessed it the most up to this point for us. Not just this season. I feel like all time. This is like your third or fourth appearance. So.
So did I beat the White Gandalf?
Oh yeah, White Gandalf's only done it like twice. You need
yeah, because I think I heard both of them then. Okay.
Yeah. You watch Saturday Night Live?
I do sometimes, absolutely. Not like every episode, but if I can, yeah, I love. Since I was a kid, I've loved it. Absolutely.
I forget what they call it. Like they get the Five Timers Club, where they have like they get like I almost feel like you're going to be the first one in the Five Timers Club.
Nice
on this show.
Hopefully before the end of the year.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
exactly.
That's pretty far away. Yeah.
Exactly, because I got something else I would love for you to guest on with. All right, real quick, let me jump into the holidays.
Today's
effing holidays.
All right, it is March 27th, the last Friday of March. Man, and right, April's right around the corner. So March 27th holidays. Today is National Scribble Day. National Scribble Day on March 27th. It just inspires children to through kindness or to be kind through art, basically. But like tell them to write on the wall. Did any Joey, you got kids? Did any of them ever write on the wall when they were younger?
Like we had like once or twice with a little bit of crayon stuff, but it was more like accidental. It wasn't like mural type stuff, which I'm very happy for.
Was it? Did you have like water based crayons or something?
No,
or it was just easy to clean.
Yeah, no, it was just easy to clean because it was smaller. It was not water based. It definitely wasn't fun. That's for sure.
Gee, not to make fun of we call it Choey Jr., but I know like there's like the third bathroom, like in kind of like near the living room that Choey said his young one kind of claimed, and he said one day he went in there, and there were all these toys in there or something, and Choey's like he asked his son like, "What are you doing with all these?" He's like, "Well, when I have to go to the bathroom, I want to play," and he's like, "Oh, yeah, okay."
Checks out, absolutely.
Never heard of that, but it's a good idea.
In my case, it would be with comic books. I would not enter the toilet with a comic book as a kid.
Oh, okay.
Like I would hold it in to go and get one and then go back in.
But you didn't read a comic book in the bathtub, right? Because that just would be bad for the comic book.
Oh no! In the bathtubs, I did take toys. But the toilet, I wanted a comic book, which is actually how I started my English.
Oh man, think about that. Like, it reminds me of like where there be some TV shows where like I learned English watching like Cheers or something, or watching MASH.
Yeah, in my case, it was comic books and cable TV. I'm self-taught in terms of when I got here, I already spoke perfect English, of course, with an accent. But I can understand it, communicate it, read it, speak it, since I was a kid. Because the English education back home, and I'm sorry if I'm derailing, it starts from kindergarten, but it sucks. It doesn't evolve by the time you get to 12th grade. If you take it at a college level like I did, then yes, because that helped me with my writing it and more complicated stuff, But yeah, I'm sorry I derailed. I was just,
Oh, you're just natural on Choey and Jandler because we do it all the time.
Yeah, it's about education and stuff too.
Yeah, exactly. It's educational. What I would say is a natural English speaker, natural English speaker. Man, I can't even say it now. I don't even know if people know I understand.
Yeah, not natural, that's for sure.
But after having tried to learn some German and some Spanish, all those like feminine, masculine stuff. Like I basically now understand why it's a lot more confusing for people coming here, because they'll be like I said, I red and red. You know, there's all these like homonyms and stuff and homophones, and then people are like, "What?" So I get it. Today is also National Spanish Paella Day. March 27th is the
Spanish
annual
paella?
Spanish paella. Today is the annual
I wish
observance
I knew how to cook that.
of National Spanish Paella Day, a rice dish from Spain. Paella has become very popular and is known worldwide. It originated in modern form in the mid-19th century in Valencia on the east coast of Spain. So hashtag National Paella Day. I was thinking of you, G, when I saw this. I swear, like,
Whoa, is that racist? Just kidding, man.
I swear, I'm pretty sure I've had paella. I just can't remember it. I just feel like I have.
It's
Like,
awesome, especially if they do it with both. If they do it with, you have to have chorizo, you have to have chicken, you have to have seafood, you have to have oysters, everything. Those are the best. And my dad used to make it like that, like heavy. Like he knew. I never learned. One of my sisters can make it too.
Kind of like a gumbo, but drier, right? In terms of like you have all this mix, like you're mixing a lot of ingredients in it.
It's no, it's not a soup. It's a rice.
No, I know it's not
heavy.
Yeah, I know it's not a soup, but I was just like, man. And then the last holiday, I was going to line this out. I feel it should be National Cho Day, you know, for Choey over here.
Nice.
It's National Joe Day, which is where I encourage you to have everyone to have a cup of Joe with your friends named Joe, Joey, Joseph, Josephine, or Choey. So that made me think, what would be a cup of Cho? Is it Guinness?
Yeah, we can go with some sort of beer.
You're like, it's something like that.
Thank you. Yes, I'll do it right now then.
Yeah, he's like, it's something like that.
I'm like, we'll get.
I do not work tomorrow. Not that I need to explain myself. I'm just saying.
All right. So now I'm going to roll over to the headlines real quick, okay?
It's time for this week's edition of Choey and Jandler's Headlines. Yay!
Let me know when I need to cue up the sound.
Oh, yeah. Well, before we do that, I will. What do you want, a thumbs up or something, or what?
Sure.
Hey, you want, hey, Cho, one of these. But I do want you to cue up the sound. But before, G was asking me a question, how the week went. As a collab teacher, this week was exhausting. Like there was just, especially come Thursday and Friday, a lot of what I do. I have a lot of kids that are either on the spectrum or have some emotional issues, right? And so just a lot of putting out little fires because they're having mini meltdowns, you know. And it's just like it. And
of course, I'm sorry to say, but the parents expect. For you to handle them because they don't handle them well at home. Not all of them, just
yeah, exactly. It's like so I had one kid with AU on Friday. He didn't want to leave. He'd rotated from my homeroom to the reading teacher, and we're going to lunch, and he didn't want to get in line. So I kind of had to like sit down and calmly talk to him, and I talked him into getting in line, and he calmed down. And then I take him to lunch. And then I come in to get the kids from lunch, and one of the IAs in there, one of the lunch aides, is telling me there was like 4 different students that had issues. So I had to talk to them at recess, and he was one of them. And like it was so like he started getting like like really, really upset. And so what I've started doing now is carrying fidget toys with me. So when kids start those kids start having meltdowns, I pull out like a little toy, like, hey, calm down, right? But that was going on. And then there was another girl, one of my boys started having another issue, and he's got like a weighted caterpillar kind of that goes around his neck to help calm him down and stuff. And he didn't want to talk. When he gets really upset, he's nonverbal. And if you start talking to him, he blows up even more. So I'm aware of that now. I wasn't until right before spring break. And so like I'm not trying to push him, but I'm trying to help get him to the next class and calm him down. And he finally blurts out, he's like, I don't want your fidget toy. I want mine. And then I was a little annoyed. I was like, well, go get it then. I was like at that point. And then I had regular.
It sounds like you're doing a good job with him though.
Well, yeah, we're getting better. And then I had another regular girl. I had some girls in that last class who were just yelling at each other. So basically I was saying last week.
Our last class. I'm sorry. I heard Alaska.
Oh yeah, no, well, it was my fault. But no, last week was just very, like I said, very, what do you call it? I was drained. I was drained. Like, it was exhausting.
Gotcha.
Actually, I was sitting on my couch Friday, texting some people, and next thing I know, like, it went from 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock. I just passed out on my couch, and so I ended up staying
Hey,
up
but
later
that's-
Friday. But I
That's
actually
good.
went to the gym late that night and worked out. There was nobody there, so really nice. All right, Cho, this is for you. Hit me with the sound.
Head alert.
Yeah. So so every time we have injuries, I like to, talk about it on the show. I have one kid
Uh-oh.
who likes to mimic playing basketball, right? He loves basketball. And so apparently he did a 360 dunk in the air and ran into the wall. And so we had to send him to the nurse, And
Did
this was
he
a day
smash his
after.
face?
No, he had a bump. Like, he had a lump on his head. But this was
Yeah, dang.
the day before we had his ARD, and I was telling his mom and dad were on the phone, and I was just like, your son, he loves to play basketball. He loves to, do it in the class and stuff, and I'm worried he's gonna get hurt or whatever, right? And they kind of laughed and they're like, yeah, I know. We tell him not to do that. And so then when he ran into the wall, I messaged him, let them know what happened. I was like, your son was dunking a basketball, did a 360 and ran into the wall, and they did what I thought they would. They laughed. They're like, well, it's funny, but
I mean, he wasn't seriously hurt, I guess.
no,
But they
he
should
wasn't
talk about it
serious.
at home.
That's what they said. They're like, we'll
That's
talk to him
funny.
again. Yeah. So
Yeah,
hey,
that's funny. Kids will be kids too sometimes.
Choey, I want to get your take and G's take a little bit on the song you wanted me to mix. Is that cool?
All right, sounds good. I liked it
See-
actually.
Can y'all hear this? Can you hear this?
Yeah.
Sometimes long days go slipping into nights, but these two rude dudes are keeping spirits light. There's no pint too big, no keg too small. When you need a drink, just call Choey and Jandler, beer chugging Ranger. Choey and Jandler, last call danger.
What is that? Is that what you were kind of expecting in your head?
It
Is that what
was
you kind of
better,
pictured?
honestly. I listened to it on the way, and I forgot to text you. I listened to it on the way home from work Friday,
Uh-huh.
and it like has every element I can think of like an 80s, early 90s, like
Cartoon.
cheesy, like knockoff sitcom thing kind of where we'd be like, oh,
The,
like
the
that,
only
like
thing,
some weird.
the only thing I did is I added like they called it beer chug Rangers, and I don't know.
Yeah.
I felt that it needed the ing at the end.
Oh,
Maybe I'm
yeah,
wrong.
it was funny.
I
I
was
like I said, as soon as it kicked off, I was like, this is exactly like what I was thinking.
Well, there was so I've kind of learned to do with Suno is if I'm trying to cover a song, I try and get the
The shoe
instrumental.
brand?
No, Suno, like it's Suno AI.
Oh, I heard
Um,
Mizuno. What's wrong with my hearing? I'm sorry.
But I tried to get the instrumental right and then upload it to use it as like a sample.
Yeah.
And sometimes I get issues sometimes I get copyright issues. And they're like, we can't do that. And I'm like, oh, so then I have to try and find all these workarounds. But I did it, and I don't know. Did I ever send you my Metallica country song?
Yeah, it's all
sorry.
right.
Yeah, I know you probably wouldn't like it, but I liked how it was like a cover that was very similar to the song. So I did try and do that with the Choey and Jandler beer chugging Rangers. But when I covered it, like when I say, hey, make this, rap or whatever, the beat was completely different. So I was like, no, that was my favorite one.
The idea popped in my head because they're doing like a weight, or I guess it's like a walking challenge at work. And so like I'm taking a few extra like breaks to go like walk like a lap around the building to get some extra steps in. And I don't know, the thought popped in my head because remember how like when you were first sending me pictures of like AI Choey and Jandler and it like made us out basically like Chip and Dale.
Yeah.
And it just popped in my head and I was like, let's take the theme song and let's bump it over and make it to what it is.
Yeah.
And
that
like,
reminds me, I need to talk to Mother Bing again. I need to send her the our book and see if she can start illustrating for us. You know, so we can get that done. All right, moving on to some more headlines. This first headline after the herd alert, I've had for months, and I just never got around to bringing it up on the show. We had a fire marshal come in, right? And I get, there's certain, we call it restrictions, right? There's certain things that you can't have, right? Because it's fire hazards.
Yeah.
Can you tell me how having, like, I had to take certain lights down because I had it plugged directly into the wall. And I'm like, how do cords plugged into the wall? How are they fire hazards? Like, I get it if I got like 5 plugs, if I have like, one extension cord plugged into another extension cord, I get stuff like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when it's straight into the wall, I'm like, how's that a fire hazard? Did you ever heard of that?
Where were the lights hung on though? Like on the wall, like
they're around the board.
Ceiling?
They're around the board.
Were they within maybe like a foot or so of the ceiling?
No, not even close to the ceiling.
That's weird then.
Yeah,
I know there's
No, my regret. You go. I
was gonna say like essentially like I know there's like a certain like amount of distance it needs to happen.
18 inches. You can't have something 18 inches from the ceiling.
But after it's that, like I don't know why.
Yeah, I know that because I had some neon signs too that were plugged into the wall. Because like at first it said, "Hey, the fire marshal says it can't be plugged into a surge. It has to be in a surge protector or under the wall." And I was like, "Well, it's both of those." Like either I had one plugged into a surge protector, and I had another one that's plugged straight into a wall, and I'm like, "How is it not allowed?" But I was just like, "Okay." So next thing I'm gonna do, I need to talk to one of my teachers, although the year is almost over. Get some of those fire retardant light covers. They're like magnetic. They go right over the light because they would dim the light, a little, so it's not as bright. See, the thing is, I don't want it to be too bright in the classroom. Kids don't mind. I open the windows or the blinds and turn off the lights. I don't know. They love it. I can't really see. It's just like, I guess I'm too old to be like, y'all sure y'all can see? They're like, yeah, it's fine. So
I think it's supposed to be fire special needs covers, Derek.
It's not retarded
not
anymore.
Fire retarded. I can't. I don't think I can call it retarded anymore.
Is that seriously what they call it now? That'd be funny.
No, I'm just saying.
Now remember the retard word came back.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you can't call it the R word. Yeah, our president brought
You're
the
not
R word.
referring to children that really may have a condition, whatever it's called. If you use it that way, that's it. I would never do that. Although with Joshua, I used to do it as a joke, but I've stopped because now I feel, because I also want to be able to use it with my friends. Like, you're such a retard, when they're stupid or something. But I would never, ever use it towards a person, children who has.
What if you just start telling people that are acting stupid, "Hey, you're being fire retardant"? Is that a workaround? Yeah.
Maybe. No, but you also cannot overuse it for everything. If you're going to use it for everything, that's just become stupid. Everybody wants to slap. No.
Yeah.
That's retarded. Exactly.
All right. I'm gonna do an ask a principal thing, and then some of the stuff I'll move on to the next episode. That's fine. Well, let's go to the break though, real quick, and then we'll do this right after the break. Is that cool with you?
Works for me.
We say pros come babe, cheers mate, and cheers mate again, or simply cheers. Sometimes it's auto, sunny, other times it's cheers up. You effing hoser. We also say sade, salute, salute, otage, skull, let's all say. Now's that okay in the Russian way in Vietnam. We shout out yo, walugi wow wow, make South Africa glow. In Portugal, it's a solid soul and bud mo. Ukraine's here to stay, Taiwan says compare, drink it down with pride. Then someone slams the table, next round they cried. In Thailand we clink and shout out Chong. Then back to the bar till the liquor's gone. For Jamaica it's allowed, your mom. No matter the place, we drink till dawn. In Israel they shout L'chaim with cheer. Bangladesh says joy, hope, raise your beer. Poland sings Nazdrovie with pride. Lithuania is Swaikato worldwide. In India we say cheer, or badai ho if you're bold. Hungary says Ega Shedder, Dre don't go too slow. New Caledonia joins in with Vala Votra, let it flow. From Ghana it's Akpatesi, let the good times roll. And Serbia shout Shivali from the soul. in Morocco, we cry beside her. With flair, Ecuador, se salud, fiesta. Everywhere, and in Finland, we say kippis, raise your beer in the air. Argentina, shout salud, tango feet, hit the floor. Chile, echo salud, one more round to pour. Hong Kong yells, yum, sing, skyscraper lights ignite. Bahrain, cause yeah, ish, desert drinks at night. Jordan cheers, Fiji tack, ancient stones look on. Iraq says, say hi, we keep the party strong. Malaysia smiles, minimum, street food, midnight swirl. Singapore roars, yum, saying cheers around the world. That's how Choey and Jandler cheers around the world. Cheers, cheers. Around the world, different languages, same sentiment. Raising our glasses to friendship and joy. Cheers, cheers around the world. Cheers, cheers around the world. Laughing loud with every boy and girl. From dive bars to rooftops unfurled. That's how we toast around the world. Yeah, that's how we toast around the world.
Hi there, I'm here to help Choey and Jandler to read an advertisement for buyblacket.com. Please shop buyblacket.com. Are you looking for unique gifts at unbeatable prices? Then look no further. Buyblacket.com has quality merchandise for everyone on your list, from gifts for cat and dog lovers to American fans, beer enthusiasts, and even Jesus lovers. As for teachers, we didn't forget about you. Please don't miss our funny attire to brighten up your classroom. So bring a smile to your loved ones' faces and shop buyblacket.com today. Tell them Choey and Jandler sent you.
Hi there, Ryan Reynolds here on behalf of my friends Choey and Jandler. You may know me from movies where I either save the world or ruin Thanksgiving. But today, folks, I'm not here to sell you cologne, crypto, or questionable NFTs. I'm actually here to tell you about Fish.audio. This isn't really me talking right now. This is my voice, made by Fish.audio, which frankly is terrifying. It sounds exactly like me, and trust me, I've heard my voice in 87 trailers. This is better. Whether you're a podcaster with a potato microphone, a game developer building an army of space dolphins, or just lonely and want a perfect Morgan Freeman to read your grocery list out loud to you, Fish.audio has you covered. Fish.audio is easily one of the best voice generation platforms I have ever used, which is saying something, because I've done voiceover for a toothpaste brand in 4 languages I don't even speak. And speaking of that, Fish.audio is cross-lingual, which means it supports 13 different languages. Their amazing program also allows you to clone voices. Fish.audio make your voice legendary, or at least make my voice say weird things. I legally can't stop you either way.
Hey, G, you listened to the Spanish translation, right?
Some of it, not the whole thing.
But you
I
had to
was
listen to the whole thing.
curious.
But what you heard from what you did hear, was it all right? Was it cool?
The translation was good. So the AI did a really good job in terms of not letting things get lost in the translation. It was using good words. It was a very general Spanish,
Yeah.
which is a good thing. It's more universal.
Yeah.
Although, well, I don't know about although. Let me rephrase that. That it is universal.
Yeah.
The more Spaniard actual Spanish, it does keep it universal. No, there's no but there. What I'm trying to say is, it's just not something that because I participated on the actual podcast, I just don't like translations at all unless they're truly necessary. But yes, in the term of a podcast, I understand it.
It was necessary. It was necessary for you to send it to Puerto Rico so they could actually say, "Hey, they heard it once."
I always share it on Facebook because it's the only social media that I have with friends.
Yeah.
Because on X, I only use it for MMA, and it's exclusively for MMA. I don't follow anything except MMA. What used to be Twitter, and so that one I keep it strictly MMA. So that there's no politics, no bullshit, no porn, no nothing that comes on my feed but MMA.
Z gave us a first comment on any episode.
I got excited. I saw that right there on the screen for a second. I was like, dude, holy cow. And I was like, wait a second.
Yeah, it was still cool, but I looked in one time and I was just
nice.
like,
So my first, what is it? My second first?
Yeah.
What was the other first?
Well, you're about to be the first 5-timer club.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but
no,
I was
this
like,
is 4. Oh
Yeah,
no, this is 3.
No, this is 4.
4.
But the next time you guessed, it will be 5. And
Gotcha.
probably,
Yeah.
and I definitely want to do it this season at the end of the year because I got something that I think you'd be perfect for to help us with. All right,
Heck yeah.
I'm gonna do an Ask a Principal, and then we're gonna go to the Final Four and championship for Smarch Madness. So, Joseph, I hope this isn't too long, but I just want you to know. So I know there's a state law about not taking recess away from students, right? But we kind of got trouble for making our kids walk at recess, walk the long way. And one parent wasn't happy and they blasted us on Facebook. But apparently some of the other grade levels, had been doing stuff because they talked to us this Wednesday. And they were just saying, like, you can't do that, right? And I don't know. I remember talking to my mom over spring break, and I was like, I get what they're saying about the state law, but I was like, it's really frustrating that we can't give consequences to kids. It's like, how are they going to learn to change their behavior if we can't take stuff away, you know? I don't know. Maybe I'm being too old school. Thoughts, Principal?
Well, first thought is that really wasn't a question.
Oh, it's not a question. It's a statement.
It was more of a statement. But
well, what should we do?
No.
How about that question, Principal? How do we handle this? How do we discipline them?
I read ahead in the slides and I saw that and I was like, dude, like I don't have to keep this very long. I could go long-winded and try and like sugarcoat it. But yeah. I don't think you guys did anything wrong because the problem is this, and the parents that don't get it, they're gonna get it later on, and that's the sad part. Is it's a catch-22 because they're like, I don't want my kid to get disciplined and everything else like that. I want them to be able to enjoy that free time because they get it. Standing on a soapbox and in the microcosm that it is, yes, kids need to have some free, unstructured time to kind of express themselves. But if they don't, like you said, have some sort of consequence, understanding that, hey, I'm going to lose some sort of, because it's not a right. I mean, it's a right, but it's not a right.
Yeah.
If they don't have some sort of consequence like for their action, then later on down the way, a majority of your kids are going to stay online. You have that 5% that don't. Just don't. Those parents later on will be like, well, you know, they just get out of hand, and now what am I supposed to do about it? Because they're bigger now, and I can't do anything about it. Well, yeah, but like 6 years ago, when they were like second, third, fourth graders, you didn't want the teachers to do anything about it. And so now these kids have grown because they don't have any consequences because you complained about it all the time of any time they got one. And now you got what you paid for, and you throw a fit about it.
Well, also, we have this thing, G, called PBIS, like Positive Behavior Intervention System. And it's like, when kids do something wrong, instead of being like, hey, you're wrong, we're supposed to be like you should try this. You know, it's supposed to be like this kindler, what we used to joke about in the Navy, the kindler, gentler Navy. And that's when I joined in like 99, and it's way kinder and gentler now. But I feel like that's what it was. And so I was thinking about this at one point this week, and I was like, I remember, so here's an example, right? When I was younger, I touched the oven. The oven was on, right? I got a natural consequence. It burned. I removed my hand, right? And guess what? I learned never to touch the oven again when it was on, or the stove, whatever you want to call it, right? If my parents had just come over and be like, hey, Jandler, don't put your hand on that, I probably would have done it again. You know what I mean? Like if there's no consequence, I don't really see how people just turn around. Like you think about we got speeding tickets. If you didn't get pulled over every now and then for speeding, people would be driving 100 all the time. But there's that chance. There's that chance that you're like, well, I gotta be careful. You know, it's I don't know. Like I said, I was like, parents, these people.
No, but some people are gonna complain, and that's the thing, man. And when I first got into teaching, when I first got into administration too, like it was very much like, oh, I've got to do everything I can to try and make it. And somebody told me that he was like, you're not an ice cream salesman, you're an administrator. Not everybody's gonna be happy, and it is what it is, and you just got to deal with it.
Right.
Like you're not gonna always have their flavor that they want. They're not always gonna do it, and there's gonna be somebody likes there are people out there who love to complain just because that's them. They love to complain. They have a bad day. They want to spread that bad day. If you're wrong, I mean, I'm not saying don't reflect on it and say, hey, is there any other thing to do? But if there's not, and you feel like, hey, like, because losing 5 minutes of recess because they're little buttholes the whole morning.
Yeah.
They need to make that connection. I behave, I get what I want. You train them like the dog, like Pavlov's dog, they will learn. I behave, I get what I want. I don't behave in the afternoon, I lose something tomorrow. Eventually they get it.
And I do want to add that day that we do what I call take the long way to recess. We just walk the long way in the hall. I didn't make them walk outside. A couple of the teachers did, but we come in, like me and this one third grade teacher. We're the first one in there to get to class from lunch. And as soon as we walk in, every adult in there, custodians, the lunch, people on lunch duty, were like third graders for getting up, walking around without permission. They're screaming, they're throwing food, they're playing with toys, they're pushing, like they were doing all sorts of nonsense, right? So for us to not do anything about it, be like, oh, go get full recess. It's like, what does that show them? You know what I mean? So, but hey, real quick, you talk about move. Now you reminded me of one other thing. Talk about some people just like to whine and complain. I'm usually a pretty chill guy. Dudes, yesterday I ordered some stuff on Old Navy. 5 minutes after I ordered, I was like, hey, I want to edit the size, right? So I couldn't find it out based on the email I got. So I had to go start this chat thing. And this AI chat bot's talking to me, and I'm telling them, give them the order number. I was like, I want to change the sizes from this to this. And they're like, yeah, we can't do that. And I was like, well, thanks for nothing, AI. I was like, what the heck? And then they put me on with a real person, and he starts talking to me. And I tell him everything that's going on. And he's like, well, it's Old Navy's policy that once you purchase, we can't change it. You have to return it and stuff. And I was like, so you're telling me I got to go through the hassle of returning this, getting my money back, then buying new stuff, when all you can do is fix it right now because it hasn't shipped out. And they're like, well, this is our policy. I was like, well, your policy's stupid. I was like, I'm done with Old Navy for the rest of my life. And I'm gonna tell everybody, it's up to you guys, if you want to shop Old Navy. But I was like, it's 2026, people. Y'all should be able to move on and do something like this. I was like, and then he wasted 40 minutes of my life messaging with him on that stuff. So
I feel like you just torpedoed a sponsor right there.
Yeah. Old Navy's like, they're like, we loved you until now. We're gonna slap
I
that
shop
on our,
only in person, so
we're gonna slap that on. Well, then don't shop in person at Old Navy is what I'm saying. I'm saying I'm done with Old Navy. Period.
So
I
Not just
do
online. I'm done.
Ross, and then the metal shirts is only at concerts. When I see the band, I buy the shirt there.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's not valid. It's a farce.
At least you don't buy the t-shirts from Ross. The band shirts from Ross.
I went to Walmart one time, and they had this, like, I don't even remember what the item was, but I found it, and then I found it online, and it was like $40 cheaper. And so I'm like, sweet. I'm like, oh, cool. So I went up to the front. I'm like, hey, and I scanned it, not really realizing that it was only sold online, $40 cheaper. So I scanned it. I was like, hey, it says it's $40 cheaper here, but it's not showing up like that. And the lady was like, oh, you have to buy it online to get the discount.
Oh, that's stupid.
Okay. No, it gets even dumber. Because I said, okay. I was like, well, how about, can I just, like, hand it to you, buy it online, like, right now, and then you can hand it to me and I can walk out? And she's like, no, and she says, no, because the way it's set up, it's that you get that discount for delivery. And so I was like, okay. So I gotta come back? And I didn't pay attention. That's my fault, because I asked the question. She's like, no, I said delivery. I said, oh, okay, you got it. My bad. And I said, so how much is the delivery? She's like, no, there's no charge over a certain amount. It's just free delivery. So I said, so I'm going to get a discount of $40, and you guys are going to pay somebody to drive it to my house in like 2 hours?
Or you could give it traffic online.
Yeah, I was like, or you could just hand it to me. Like, I could get it right now, and you could save $40 and the payment for that person and the delivery fee.
Having to send it, everything.
Yeah.
And so I was like, all right. So I paid $40 less, bought the rest of the crap that I was going to buy, went home, and then ended up being about 2.5 hours later, Walmart guy dropped it off at my house. And I was like,
nice.
Dumb
Okay.
as
So it was worth it then.
Was it with like a drone or anything?
I mean, the $40 already was worth it, but the dumbness of it, maybe not.
Yeah, because I'm like, what? I'm here. Just give it. Yeah. Let me have it. And they're like, no. So I'm like, so I show up and save you money, and you're gonna charge me more money for it.
Yeah, it's kind of stupid how sometimes they're like, well, that's I think what got me too is they're like, this is our policy, and I was like, well, your policy is sucks. It's like it's just terrible. I was like,
Stupid policy.
yeah, I was like, I don't care if this is your policy. Like that makes no sense that somebody can't make an adjustment. It's just like I get it if it had already shipped, right? Because obviously it's already outside. You can't do anything about it. But 5 minutes. I'm talking like 5 minutes after I made the purchase. I was like, hey, I want to change something. So all I want to do is edit this. Because you can do it in Amazon. You go to Amazon, but it hasn't shipped yet. You can make an edit.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can cancel something. You can add something. You can change something. Couldn't do it on Old
That's
Navy.
why.
And I was like, well, the hell with you. You know?
That's why when I hear people bashing the greatness and bigness of Amazon, which even I do not like, I try, and unless it's absolutely necessary, not to shop at Amazon. Not just to protest it or anything. I'm just saying, to keep something as local as possible. But you have to give it to Amazon how easy they make it. Pardon my French. I know you're gonna have to bleep that. But you should make it uncensored, but that's not my choice. The point is, Amazon makes it way too easy for everything, for returns, for absolutely everything. I returned some shorts recently. It was so easy. Way too easy.
I like it too. Like sometimes if you have to send stuff back, I can go to, is it Ross? Is it like some of I think Ross has like I know there's a store that has like a return, but you just go to the back and they just like, they're like, oh, you return this for Amazon?
Yes.
They're like, boom. Well, no, there's one over here. I can't remember the store's name. But anyway, now let's move on to Smarch Madness.
Kohl's.
It is Kohl's.
Kohl's.
Yeah, it's Kohl's.
I've done it there too. You're absolutely right. And there, I believe.
Yeah, and I like it because it's really, really easy. All right, but we've digressed a lot there. Like you said, we may have.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Hey, but we shot down Old Navy, Choey and G, but we bigged up Amazon and Kohl's. So think about that. And
Ross.
Yeah, and Ross.
I said Ross right there.
Yeah, so there's three potentials that we really liked. All right.
Who's the champ by end of day? Smarch Madness can't be beat. Feel the rhythm, feel the heat. Bracket showdown, wild and fun. See who'll be the number one.
Smarch Madness, we got our Final Four here, and then after our Final Four, give me like 5 seconds to move the things so we can set up this championship. So we have Topanga versus Kelly Kapowski, and then Jennifer Love Hewitt versus Selma Hayek. Kind of figure we know who's gonna win, but we still got to go through the motion.
I don't want to vote him out. I want all four to win.
I got Topanga and Selma Hayek.
Well, we haven't even started yet. You got to look at the.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He's like calling it right now. All right, so we already.
I already know who they are, so yeah.
So
but that's my mistake.
G's already voted for Topanga. Choey, I'll let you go second.
I don't know. It's hard. Before I vote, I want to point out too that this bracket right here, is like your wholesome, like nice schoolgirl bracket, and the other pictures are more like your sultry, like.
So you're like these are the girls next door, type thing.
I was like if we were to like actually do like Smarch Madness, like with like naming of the brackets, like next time we should like group them. I don't know.
I'm going Kelly Kapowski, so you got to be the tiebreaker.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Well, see, the issue is saying Kelly Kapowski and not Tiffany Amber Thiessen, and I forgot Topanga's real name.
The Danielle Fishel.
By the character, you're gonna make me change my mind because I had a bigger crush on Kelly Kapowski with her lack of hips than of Topanga. So if we're going by character, okay, so it's the character.
What the whole point was your crush back at that time, like your thoughts.
Yeah, but I had a bigger crush on Topanga as an actress.
All right, well,
but
then
in
that's
terms of the TV show, the Kelly Kapowski character herself was more, for my taste than what Topanga was.
That's fine. You'd vote who you want. Did you still want to stay with Topanga?
I'm sticking with Topanga.
All right,
Yeah, I'm sticking with Topanga. We're good.
And I'm going Kelly Kapowski. So Choey has to split the difference.
I don't want to. I don't want to.
You got to make a choice.
Okay, so
He's
I'm gonna
like
qualify.
Topowski.
Exactly. I'm all Danielle Kelly Kapowski official. Oh, that's it. I will go. This is purely going by picture at this point. I'm gonna go Topanga.
Yeah, figured you would. But
Dude,
why don't you tell everybody
this is very difficult.
What you loved most about Topanga?
No, okay, I don't want no.
Oh, the rack.
No.
No,
We all
he's
know
like-
the rack.
He's like,
Absolutely.
no, I'm not gonna say it.
Oh. I said it.
Yeah.
We all know.
All right. Choey had a big crush on Jennifer Love Hewitt, but I mean, we got the really nice visual here of Salma Hayek, and we know G's already picking, and I'm going Salma Hayek as well. So,
And it does not matter what visual you use of Salma Hayek, she still wins. You can take a picture right now, and she's what, 60, 57, something?
I know she's amazing.
It's gonna be a clean sweep.
Clean sweep.
As much as that's why I was like, I don't want to vote.
Yeah, I know. Jennifer Love Hewitt is wonderful. It's just she went against one of the goats.
It's like the Cowboys offense this year. You got CD when he's healthy, and you got George Pickens. Like, who are you gonna pick? You're not gonna lose.
That's a good problem to have.
But you're not gonna have it like when you eliminate one, you're still losing something.
Sure.
Well, it's oh my gosh, I totally forgot what I was gonna say. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
You were staring at Salma.
No, I was in the process of doing this, like trying to move the photos, and I was like, oh.
It's okay. I was projecting.
All right, so now championship round. Hold up. I need to back out of this. I got to do the drum roll. All right, championship round of the Smarch Madness 26 crushes of the 90s. We got Topanga / Danielle Official versus Salma Hayek. Oh, I know what I was gonna say. Jennifer Love Hewitt, she doesn't look too bad either, and she's in her 50s. I think she's in her mid 50s. So, but yeah, she's no Salma.
So, I think I know who's gonna win. So I just want to give her like a parting gift a little bit. This is like the before picture and then like the after picture. Like so, like you have like the almost like Phoebe Cates. Remember from the movie, like where like Phoebe Cates was all no, and then she had Phoebe Cates coming out of the water. That's what this is like. Reminds me of is you have Topanga on one side, like hey.
I want you to, just so you guys know, when I was looking for these photos, and each one of these actresses, I was like, hey, hot photos of the 90s or whatever. Like it's not my fault. You know, you got Salma Hayek in a bikini and Danielle Official in some just regular black top.
Oh,
yeah.
Please. You could dress Salma Hayek like a man with a man suit, a nun suit. It does not matter.
A nun suit, I think that would, I don't know. That
would actually be hot. God forgive me, I'm Catholic.
So,
yeah.
I'm like,
so Joe, you're going to Topanga, right?
Himself a ticket to the hot spot for a little bit on that one.
You're going to Topanga, right, Choey?
No.
Oh, I thought you said you were giving her a little.
I said like a parting gift. Like, sorry, bye. Like,
okay.
I don't want to, but it looks like she's inviting you to come hang out for math tutoring, and then when you come over.
Well,
they switch into that.
Maybe you got more realistic shot with Topanga than you do with Salma Hayek.
Oh yeah, I've got a realistic shot with 0 of them, but
okay.
I'm voting Salma. I'm voting Salma.
We already know.
I don't know if it's my turn, but of course I have Salma Hayek. It's a knockout. Again, she could be dressed in a bear suit. It does not matter. Yeah.
And then Choey, clean sweep again.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like reluctantly. He's like, yeah.
This one was unfair to Topanga. No, like all of them have been.
It sounds like it would have been unfair to anybody, though.
Right. That's what I meant to say exactly.
Because
she has been unfair to all of them so far.
Yeah, we would have been like, oh, Salma Hayek, you aren't allowed to participate.
Right.
I wonder who
Unless
would have
there's
won.
like Jennifer Lopez, Margot Robbie involved, things
Well, I
like
thought
that, then that'd be different.
Well, Marco Robbie, yeah. Well, Marco Robbie wasn't around back, or she wasn't.
No,
Well,
no,
she
no.
was
I know,
around,
I
but
know,
she
I
wasn't.
know. I'm
I
just
thought
saying
you,
that those are the only competition.
I thought you
No.
said, G, you weren't really a fan of Jennifer Lopez or
No,
Jennifer
I
Lopez.
prefer Salma
I,
Hayek or 100% even above Margot Robbie. I'm just
no,
saying,
no,
objectively speaking, others might choose those two.
no. I know that, but I was saying,
Yeah.
I thought you told us you weren't a fan of J Lo.
Not a fan of her music, definitely a fan, believe it or not, of her acting. To me, she's a great actress.
Uh-huh.
Her music is bland to me. Her Spanish sucks, and it sucks that I am judging her because of that, because she was born and raised. She's 100% Puerto Rican, don't get me wrong. She's just born and raised in New York. Her Spanish is not that good, and
Right.
that's not her fault. So it's unfair for me to judge her because of that. But
I'm
she
gonna.
tries too hard instead of learning it. That's what I'm saying.
I'll blame me for that question because that's not what I was asking. I remember you telling
Oh,
me, G, and Josh, or me, Gabi and Josh, that you didn't think J Lo was that hot.
compared to Salma Hayek, to me, she's not.
Well, not
But
compared her
she
to
is
Salma
definitely a
Hayek.
hot woman.
Okay, there we
She's
go.
definitely a very hot woman. Come on, she's beautiful face, awesome brown skin, wonderful booty. Of course, no, she's a hot woman. There's no way I can say she's not hot.
Okay.
It's just something about her. I'm sorry, turns
You need,
me off. And yeah, something about me might turn her off. Of course, that's
Yeah.
definite. But the other way around too. Something about her, I don't know, turns me off. Sorry, Jello.
Watch. All right, so that's Smarch Madness for 2026. Next year the
Oh,
goal
you know what I
is
was calling it? I'm sorry to interrupt. I was calling it March Madness because Smash.
well,
That was my dirty mind in my head, and I was
that's
thinking that's what it was called until I remember. It's Smarch
that
Madness.
that's what you were doing in the bathroom with the photos. Gotcha.
That too, yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm projecting again.
Yeah.
Thank you for letting me, guys.
Thanks for being here. Next year, I haven't
What-
even started looking to see if I can find YouTube videos. I want to do the recess games that we grew up with that are banned now, like all the stuff that you couldn't do, like what is it?
Red Rover.
Yeah, Red Rover. It was lawn darts, things like that. The
Tackle
merry-go-round.
tag.
Well, yeah, tackle
But-
tag isn't what we called it, but yeah.
Smear the.
We had tackle
smear-
Yeah.
tag in Puerto Rico.
Well, we
So,
called
yeah.
it smear
And
the
it was in
something.
concrete, so it was
Yeah.
a little bit. Yeah, the school nurse didn't like it a
Wall-
lot. She's the one that
wall-
banned it. That made it
Wall
hard.
ball,
Our version of tackle tag was smear the slur for homosexual person.
Yeah.
So the
So
Nice.
it was smear the happy guy.
I love
Yeah.
controversial.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry to interrupt. One
That's
thing I
3 times,
do
right?
want to say, I know, I'm sorry. Puerto Ricans, it's okay. It's part of the stereotype. Is it time, and I'm just suggesting it, to make it video podcast? I only say that because at least me as an avid podcast listener of different podcasts, I prefer video. If it's not video, I'll be honest, I don't necessarily listen to them unless it's MMA related. So I'm just throwing it out there. You're both good looking guys. You're very eloquent.
It's
And
not
it's all about being
Oh,
natural.
stop.
it's
No, I'm just saying what I see is just natural charisma because you guys don't care how you look in the video. So as long as you keep that same energy, and you don't care about how you look in the video. When you do make it into a video podcast, it'll be the same as cool or better. We get to see your f***ing ugly faces.
we gotta
I
we
swear it
gotta
again.
think about it. Yeah.
Stop.
It's I don't. My thing is always, and Choey's kind of been pushing for it. My thing was always been about like I don't want people to know who we look like with our fake names, because then they kind of make hey, I know that teacher. That's always kind
No,
of been
but
my
it
thing.
does not matter. In the podcast, you're still Choey and Chandler and Joey.
Yeah.
Well, even for me.
But there's stuff
Well,
that
so-
we talk about that we probably shouldn't be talking about.
So the
It's
onus
still
behind it
out
when we-
there.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
the onus
but-
behind it before was originally like we have the pseudonyms, and so
Yeah.
even if we were to tell you,
okay,
hey,
okay. For the anonymity, I
Yeah.
get it. Especially because you guys work technically for the government. If you work for a school,
that state
whatever
government,
ISD.
maybe?
It's maybe state, not federal, whatever.
Yeah.
Especially now after the DOE. I'm not. The point is, yeah. Okay, I get it now. That's true. In my case, I work for a private company. They don't care what I do outside of work, technically. Even if it's Wells Fargo, they're like, we're so big, we don't care. You're a little ant to us.
I think as educators, I feel like when we leave the house, we're kind of like, politicians and / maybe famous athletes. You got to watch what you do. Like that's just how I look at it.
Yeah, I guess that's also true. You're
Watch
handling
what
all
you
the
do in
people's
public.
children. Yeah.
Yeah. But I heard,
Excuse me.
I still would like to, it's possible at some point AI may be able to take our video and just animate it. And then if we did that, I probably wouldn't care.
Right. How do you know that AI right now is not recording us? And
What do you-
eventually they decide, like, look at these dumb.
Is that
And then they're
sex?
gonna expose it and send it out there in video.
Would have to edit this and like over each day over the
They're
whole
watching
week,
us right now.
catch how many times you've dropped a F or S bomb, man.
Do you think they're gonna bleep me? Oh, that's right. Did I do it again?
No, yes, you did.
My regrets. My regrets, guys.
They're not gonna bleep you. And I say we, it's
Chandler's
this guy
gonna-
over
No,
here.
I meant AI recording us and watching us right now.
Moving on to the social media plug. If you want to follow us at X and TikTok, we're at Choey and Jan, at CHOEY, the letter NJAN. We're also on Threads and Instagram at Choey and Jan 2, at CHOEY, the letter NJAN, and then TOO. Facebook's Jandler Bing, and YouTube is Choey's favorite channel at Jandler Bing 969, sir.
I think it's not.
Oh, we're not doing that.
969.
Nice.
Oh.
Woo! Hey, this last week's episode, Joey, I had the line from our song, the new song about, what was it? Choey orders another round, Jandler spills it on the ground.
Spills
I
it.
think at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how we're gonna end the shows now after the game over, or right before the game over.
Pouring it out.
Where's the game over there? You ready to pull the plug? Or has anybody got anything else?
Can't get that plug.
Live and loud till morning light. Choey yells another round. Chandler spills it on the ground.